All right, go ahead and raise your hands, and I will get you the mic.
John, after a game like that, bigger picture, how do you evaluate your team's performance in that one?
I think it was kind of similar to yesterday, to where you pay for mistakes in the middle of the zone, and that's how they play. And Corbin Burns is a really good pitcher, but not saying you can't say that about everybody that you face, right? So he had good stuff. Tough to get anything really going, but I think overall it just comes down to you got to limit damage. You have to limit homers, doubles, and didn't do that again for the second straight night.
The variable pitching wise, at least for you guys, seemed to be that handoff from Trevor to Bowden with Henny in the middle there. What did you like about that matchup for Cabrera in the middle, and what went into the decision of when that would cut off into Bowden?
Yeah, kind of just decision was, Cabby was up in the second to have Cowser if if it got into that point. And then if that point didn't come, just letting him go through Adley after he had gotten hot, really, without getting two guys hot. So it didn't work out to where, you hit Cowser, you walk Gunner, and, Adley hits a single. And then tough to bring in, Bowden in that spot. You wanted to do it in a clean inning. It's tough to do that in the third inning. So it really, when you're dealing with that kind of, you're trying to match up, entry points. You got to have guys get the outs that you hope you're going to get, and it didn't work out there in the third with Cabby.
John, you guys had kind of been waiting to get on a roll this season. You had some momentum coming into this series. Does that make the last two nights tougher to take, or how do you kind of look at that?
No, look, they're a good team, and you have to. The beauty of baseball is tomorrow. I've said that a lot, I feel like, this year. But it's it's one day, and you move on. But yeah, you have to get some momentum going, no matter who you're playing. Whether it's a team in the division, team not in the division, whatever the record is, you got to get some momentum going. And tough last couple nights.
John, with how everything rolled out from the pitching perspective, were you anticipating having to go to five guys, and how do you reflect on sort of that toll of kind of using five guys and the impact on coming days?
Yeah, I think in kind of a bullpen day, you're going to use some guys, and it sucks that some guys were using spots you didn't want to use them today, but everyone's available tomorrow, so minus Bowden, but I think that you go into it knowing that you got Barrios tomorrow, and you feel good about that for one, and you're going to run through some bullpen arms. So I don't think it really affects anything going forward.
Sorry, just to clarify, so Richards would be available to pitch again tomorrow?
Yeah, if we need him. I think that he's shown the ability to bounce back. We wouldn't seek him out per se,
Right.
Because of the number of pitches he threw today, but I think Trevor has answered the bell numerous times.
And just on his performance, did he kind of do exactly what you were looking for from him, and is it something that you could go back to?
Yeah, I thought he was great. A lot of swing and miss, and kind of just did his thing with his pitch mix. So it's something we would go back to again. Not looking too far ahead to how many times you roll that out, but I thought Trevor did an outstanding job tonight.
John, I know we've probably had to ask you about Ryan Mountcastle more than you'd like over the last couple of years, but how do you make sense of a guy who keeps doing that to this organization at such a high level?
Well, the first one's just a hanging breaking ball. First one's a hanging curveball that good hitters hit the way he did. It was 92 off the bat, but still, it's good hitters hit that. And then he hits the fastball at the top of the zone, 440 feet. He's a good hitter. So again, it comes down to executing. It is kind of ironic that there's a few hitters that we've faced that I feel like we talk about quite a bit, whether it's this team or another team. But you have to execute your pitches, and if you're throwing shit in the middle of the zone hoping for a good result, it's probably not going to happen against Ryan Mountcastle or against me if I'm hitting there. You know what I mean? So you have to execute, and we feel good about the plan going in. And it's up to the players to go out there and execute the pitches. And if you don't, that's what happens.
You'd said a few days ago that some of your relievers may find themselves in situations that are a little uncomfortable. Would that have applied to the Cabrera-Rutschman at bat today?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it was ball one, ball two. We've seen Adley hit plenty of homers against us left-handed, and kind of working through that with what you have available. You're okay with that matchup, really. I'm okay with that matchup. So he hits a sinker, a 2-0 sinker. You got to get ahead first and foremost, and it's a 2-0 sinker, kind of on the black away, and he hits a soft line drive to center. So it wasn't the worst possible outcome, but that's a situation that I think Cabby can definitely navigate.
And just Vlad at third again. He seemed to pass every test again today.
Yeah, he looked good. Again, I'm kind of glad I left him in there for the ninth. He got an extra rep in there. I think he's going to make every routine play. He's again, I don't want that to go unnoticed how willing he is to do that and play third, and he's having a little bit of fun with it too. So, not asking him to be, a platinum glover at third, but make the routine plays like he did, and I thought he did a great job.
John, what do you see from your team that has you believe that you can raise the level of compete to be competitive with the top teams?
Yeah, I mean, it's, not everyone, there's 26 players and coaches that are in our dugout every day and understand what the guys are talking about and what they're doing, and the guys are working their asses off to try to get better, every single day offensively. And, there's support from pitchers, there's support from staff, there's support from everyone. So you got to keep plugging along, really. It doesn't matter who you're playing, doesn't matter what the result is. They're going about it the right way. And just the last two nights against this team hasn't worked out, but it's at some point in time, you have, like I said, you got to gain some momentum no matter who you're playing against, and the work that they're putting in, you can't second guess.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.